Hello friends, and welcome to Escaping the Mouse with your host, me, Brick Roll. Alright, we're going on a little road trip today. It's interesting actually, this vlog and a vlog I did 2 vlogs back where I went to the antique shop looking for uranium glass. They both were triggered by the same conversation that I was having with Kara, one of the co-owners at Gallery 11 Rock and Mineral Shop. She was, in addition to showing me the uranium glass and kind of letting me know where I could maybe find some of my own, she also was talking to me about this place. It was a ranch somewhere in Texas where, like, the entrance onto the property, there was a stone wall built, and embedded into that wall was dozens of massive ammonites. Now, ammonites are an extinct creature. In fact, this is an ammonite right here. Let me hold it up so you can see it. That's one right there. That's a pretty typical size one. They lived in the Earth's oceans from about 400 million years ago to about 65 million years ago. And basically, they went out about the same time as the dinosaurs. Now there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of these things because they were very prolific and existed for a very long time. Most of them were tiny, like the one I just showed you. Some of them later on, in the later part of their evolution, got bigger and were the size of softballs. And even later on, right before their extinction, some of them were 4 or 5 feet in diameter. Now the ones that they appear to have on the wall here are fairly large, so it's unusual that there would be that many of them. I am wondering if they're not real, if they're just something that was molded and put in the wall, because I don't know if I'd be putting massive fossils like that into a wall that was exposed to the public. But we're going to go look at that today, because when I did figure out where it was, I noticed that there were a lot of really other great things I wanted to show you there too. So let's go to Stony, Texas. Okay, here we are. This is the Ammonite wall that I told you about. Like I said, I don't think this is all real. I think this is all molded. But it still looks pretty cool. And I definitely wanted to show you this. Yeah, see, this is, I don't know. I mean, some of it might be. I mean, that's petrified wood, too. They got all sorts of stuff in here. But like I said, this is my ammonite here. And you can kind of see the difference here. They get some little ones, some big ones. Like I said, I'm not sure if this is real. It's hard to tell. This looks like real petrified wood, so it might be real. It is interesting, though, that they'd build all these ammonites into a wall that's just exposed to the public like this. And it's on both sides over here. Like I said, Kara over at the Rock and Mineral Shop let me know about this. And she could only tell me it was in Stony, Texas. And, I just basically got on Google Maps and found out Stony, Texas really isn't much more than just a church. There's a church in town, a couple of houses, and then that's about it. Now, a lot of these small towns in Texas tend to, have not much in the form of amenities, but just a lot of expensive ranches around here. But like I said, I went looking for this on Google Maps, on Street View, and I was able to find it almost immediately. And the second I found it, I realized, yeah, this is way more than just an ammonite wall that I want to show you. Look at all this on this property here. All these vintage signs and windmills and stuff like that. And I'm just going to kind of walk the length of the property here and show you what's going on here, because I got all sorts of really cool stuff on the perimeter fence. Big windmills up there. I don't think those are actually attached to anything. A lot of times they use the windmills to drive power, and I don't see anything going down converting the power to something else. I think they're just for looks. But look at all the classic signs out here. This person's clearly a collector. I'm going to zoom in on some of this so we can kind of see this a little bit better. All these old vintage Phillips 66 and Gulf signs. And yeah, this person's been collecting for a long time. Just out here in the middle of nowhere. Now, interestingly enough, the property is massive. Because it's probably, you know, a quarter mile one side to the other, and I don't know how far back it goes. You know, this is just one of those ranches that you can get. I guess instead of racing cattle or anything, this guy decided to collect donut signs and gas station signs and liquor store signs. And I don't know, I just love that you can drive around Texas and find stuff like this. He's obviously a big collector of windmills too, because there's a section over here where he has a whole bunch of windmill parts that are on the ground, obviously in the process of being restored, put up. See, down here in this end of the property, he's got a bunch of these windmills that are all kind of laying on their side. I suspect that they're very similar to the one like there, because they all kind of have this Air Motor Chicago label on them. And I see that on all of these here. And I think you can kind of, on the tail fin on that one way in the back there, you can kind of see the same thing. And that one over there too. So obviously the owner here has a whole bunch more of them to build and or rebuild, as the case may be. So it looks like he'll be doing his work here for a while. Yeah, see, there's one of those Air Motor Chicago windmills right there. Shows what they look like when they're operating. That's a big one too. Just to kind of give you an idea of the size of the property here, this is sort of the middle of the property where you go in. And basically, all the way down to where that road is down there, that's one end of the property, and we're about halfway to the other end of the property here. And so we're going to go check out this stuff here, because there's a lot of interesting metal work on the gates. And look at that tractor back there. That's pretty cool too, huh? Some people really like this antique-y farming stuff. This guy is clearly one of them. See, here's an area of the perimeter fence where they put like all sorts of blacksmith tools and stuff like that. So I see saw blades and wrenches and all sorts of fun stuff. Tractor seats, some stuff I can't even identify. It's just cool that people do stuff like this around their house. Makes it worth a 120-mile drive from Waco to see it. Look at the Coca-Cola sign on that. I bet you that was an old service station at one point. You can even see, I think, where the pumps might have gone. Obviously just moved it onto the property here. Anyway, I wanted to show you that. There was actually one more thing I saw on Street View when I was looking at this that I want to go show you, and we'll go do that now. And this was one of the things I saw from the street when I looked at it at Street View. They got this funky little shed right here on the edge of the property where you can get homemade or homegrown honey. And I guess they just got a little self-serve thing here. And a ring cam here, so to make sure you don't rip them off entirely. Let's see if we can get inside here and see what they got. Put my glasses on here so I can see what I'm looking at here. Wildflower honey from Denton and Wine County. So yeah, it's kind of fun, some of the things they have here. I'm actually going to buy some honey from them because I like honey, and you know what? These people created a cool little exhibit here, and I want to support them and show them I appreciated it. Pure beeswax candles, hand dipped. Will burn all day, does not drip, will filter air. There you go. So yeah, I'm going to get one of these little things. It's a little pricey, but that's okay. Like I said, they're doing this on their own here, and I want to chip in a little bit. So yeah, that's some local honey that I got here, and I guess the owner is Bill Marquis. See that from here, and I guess they kind of do the honey on property, although I don't see any beehives out here. Like I said before, I just love that people do this kind of stuff. They get these big plots of land here and do some kind of fun things to drop by, and you know, so people can come by and see them. It was funny, I looked, I wanted to see if this appeared on any of the roadside attraction maps, and I didn't see anything at all on like Roadside America or anything like that. So I don't know, it's interesting that this place has kind of escaped notice, but that just makes it more unique that I found it, right? Like I said, I'm still not sure if these are molded or actually real, because it seems like seems a little odd to me that they would be putting real ones out here like this. But who knows? You know, maybe they found a whole bunch of them and just decided to go with it. Alright, I am on my way back from seeing that Ammonite wall in Stony, Texas, and as I was driving down I-35, I ran into another Buc-ee's, and I love going checking out Buc-ee's. Yeah, there's a lot of the same stuff, but each one of them kind of has their own theme, and is kind of built up based on the owners and the priorities of the community. A lot of times, you know, it's a lot of local art and stuff like that that you can get in Buc-ee's, and I always have a fun time exploring them. So we're gonna go check this one out. Let's go. And of course, any trip to Buc-ee's starts with meeting the man himself, Buc-ee the Beaver. They always have a bunch of fun t-shirts in here. Crawfish and beer, that's why I'm here. It's all fun and games till someone loses their head. Microwavable slippers. Where have you been all my life? And if you ever wanted a 12-pound rosary, this is the place here. Alcohol, because no great story ever started with someone eating a salad. See what I mean about them having like unique, one-of-a-kind things that you wouldn't find anywhere else? That is a cow skull made out of crystals. Black and white crystals with the horns and the whole thing. Looks kind of cool, huh? Yeah, probably not going to add to my collection though. If only. I gotta admit, I've never had the courage to try them. And of course, their whole wall of beef jerky, every kind of flavor you can think of. Steakhouse, mesquite peppered, lemon peppered, peppered. Teriyaki, Korean, cherry maple, jalapeno and honey, hot and spicy, ghost pepper. Oh yeah. Yes, it is. Ah, the Texas state bird. You'll never believe it. I've been looking for a wooden saddle with nails sticking at it for the longest time. In case you ever needed plates and dishes and stuff like that with roosters and chickens on it. This place has got you covered. Oh, look at all the Avengers plush dolls. Alright, so Buc-ee's is always kind of a fun place to visit. They're all got their own little flavor to them, but it clearly didn't turn out to be a whole vlog worth of material. So I think what I'm going to do is we'll just tack this onto the end of the to the Ammonite wall vlog, and we'll wrap this video up for today. So thanks as always for watching, and I'll see you next time on Escaping the Mouse. Good night.